Welcome to ECED 403-503. This is going to be a short overview of our Blackboard site. We'll go over this the first night in class, but I want to have this video so that if you need to do a refresher at some point in the semester, you will be able to do that. So we're just going to walk through each of these sections and you'll know where everything is and how we'll use these different sections in our course. So this is the home page. There's some information about me and this link. Your syllabus will be here. There are two syllabi for this class. There is a syllabus for 403 for undergraduates and a syllabus for 503 for graduate students. Make sure you have the correct syllabus. The requirements for the readings and for the assignments can be different between undergraduates and graduates. So make sure you're working off of the correct syllabus. Our weekly modules will be here. This is information that will support our study in the classroom throughout the semester. There's a discussion board here. I may or may not use this through the semester. There are certain things I use it for all the time, and then we will have different discussions throughout the semester, and this is where you will use them. We won't use this every week, but there will be periodic times that we use it throughout the semester. The assignments, information about the assignments and where you submit, and you will submit the assignments here in this tab. Resources for the course, and then assessments. This link is hidden right now because I don't want you to submit anything to the assessments tab. This is where you will submit your full instructional plan at the end of the semester. There's an assignment that you submit in 3 different parts throughout the semester, and at the end of the semester you put it all together into one big document and submit it to TK20. This is the link where you will do that, but I keep it hidden until it's time to submit it so that you don't get mixed up and submit one of your assignments to this link because I can't go in and delete it. It's not easy to fix. So I just leave that hidden. Eventually you'll see assessments, but you don't see it right now. So let's start with the weekly modules. So you will see a folder for each week for the semester. So there's a folder already set up for each week. There's information on the front of this folder, and again, that part has been done. The topics that we're going to be studying for the week, the learning outcomes or course objectives that we're going to cover that week, and your readings are all on the front of this folder. So rather than having individual checklists, you can just go straight to the weekly modules. You'll see everything you have to do for the week, and right there on the front. You don't have to go anywhere else. You can go back to the syllabus, but this is all contained in one area. If you have an assignment due, that will be on the front of the folder as well. So you can see in the second week you have to turn in your field experience approval form. It's in red, and it helps you look at the overview of the week. So that's kind of how my Blackboard is set up. All of these folders have been set up with all of the information on the front of the folders. Is there anything in the folders? No, not for every week. I will add content as we go through the semester. When I'm working on the content for the semester, I actually take it down and make it unavailable to students. So as I am adding content, I have content for weeks 1 and 2 in there now. When I do work on week 3, I make it unavailable to students. Then when it's done, I open it back up. The reason I do that is Blackboard will notify you every time an instructor makes a change to Blackboard. So that I don't blow up your computer with all these notifications, I just take that folder down, do everything I need to do, and then open it again. So you'll get 1 notification instead of 20 notifications. So if you start to see something missing that you know was there, it's because I'm working on it. So in your weekly folders, you'll click on the week and you'll see a series of learning modules. Sometimes there'll be 1, sometimes there'll be more than 1. So in each of these learning modules, these are the topics that we're covering in class. And these resources are kind of that backup or that review for you after you've come to class. So there's information an overview of the course. So you have all the information you need. There's this video on Blackboard. These are the old ones that they will be replaced. There's an overview of Blackboard. There'll be an overview of the syllabus and the assignments. So when you have questions, you have a resource to go back to. You don't have to there's a lot of questions you won't have to ask in class and you won't have to email, because you have the resource here that you can go back and review. Even if you watch it once, if you still have a question, go back and watch the video again about the assignment and it might answer your question. So you should have everything you need between the syllabus and Blackboard. Also, there's content. So as we move through content, there will be learning modules on the different content. This does not replace the classroom, our class meeting. This supports it. It's additional information above and beyond. Some of the information that's in here and we will work with some of it in the classroom on Mondays, but not everything. So this is just supplemental. Most of it is supplemental information and review for you. So that is what your weekly modules will look like. And you can see as we move through, there's nothing in week 3 since I haven't uploaded that information yet. So all of the content for the week has not been uploaded. Also, typically for each week, I will load the PowerPoints that go with the book chapters. So as your readings, and your readings are due before you come to class on Monday. So make sure you've read them over the weekend or the previous week. They're not due during the week, they're due before you come to class. When you're doing your readings, if you want to take notes, the publishers provide PowerPoints or overviews of the chapters, and I do include those on Blackboard so that you have those if you want to use them as a review or if you want to use them to take notes. You'll have those. Though any additional readings will be up on Blackboard as well. Discussion board, we'll use it for some classes and some discussions that we want to have. For the most part, we'll have them in class, but this will be used. There are 3 areas that are up in all of my courses. Introductions, please introduce yourself. Even though we do it in class, I'd like to see it in writing so that I can refer to it throughout the semester. Also, if you ask me for a reference later on, I need to go back and put it in context. So, and it also helps your classmates get to know you better as well. So make sure you take the time to do your introduction. General questions, if you have general questions about the course that are not answered in the syllabus or on Blackboard, and you think that question might be of interest to the other students in the classroom, you can post it here. If it is a personal question for you that's really only relevant for you, please email me. But if this is something that somebody else might benefit from, go ahead and ask it here. Same thing for assignment questions. After you've reviewed the syllabus, after you've reviewed the videos about the assignments and the information about the assignments, if you still have a question that you think other students might have, post it here. If you have a specific question about you, email me. So that's what discussion board looks like. The assignments, there is a folder for each assignment. All of the field experience information is contained here. This is the link that you have to fill out immediately upon starting the course. And you have to register whether you're doing it on the job or you're having the field experience office place you. You have to fill out this form. The field experience office has to place you unless you are a contracted employee in one of the local public school systems. If you're in a private school, you cannot do an on-the-job. You have to go through the field experience office. Our accreditation as a teacher preparation program is tied to the accreditation of the schools in which we place our students. So public schools are accredited with the state, and so they're covered. Private schools are not. So our field experience office has to look into whether or not your private school is accredited in one of the acceptable accreditations. Typically, for our age that we're working with, it's NAEYC. So that's critical that you don't set up your own field experience unless you're a contracted employee and you've talked to me. So, but everybody has to register. Here's the field experience approval form. You'll fill that out. Even if you don't have your placement by the second week, you'll fill it out saying that you've registered on this site. At the end, when you have completed your field experience, you will complete one of the 2 documentation forms. If the field experience office arranged your field experience, you fill this one out and have the mentor teacher sign it. If you did an on the job because you're a contracted teacher in a preschool through 3rd grade classroom, you will complete this and have your assistant principal or principal sign it. And then you submit all of your documents down here in the correct links. And that's the format for the other assignments as well. For your philosophy statement, you are going to submit it here. Here's articles on child guidance. You'll need that for your philosophy statement. You're going to need to review these articles. There's a lot of articles in here. You don't have to read every one word for word. You do need to review the topics and see which ones you think will be most relevant. And then you've got the research, some of the research done right here. You can use these as you're citing your philosophy. And then the instructional lesson plan is a 3-part assignment, and there are many resources here to help support you. There's videos for each part, there's graphics for each part, and checklists for each part, and then in the red is where you always submit. So that is the assignments tab. Resources, here's some general resources that we'll use in the class, and I may add as we go. If we come up with additional resources, we can always put them here. And the assessments tab, as I said, is hidden right now. It will be open for you to submit at the end of the semester. And you can see if you go to the instructional plan, you do parts 1, 2, and 3. You get grades on them individually. And then at the end of the course, there is a graphic on how to put it all together. And submit it. You will then submit up here. You will see assessments at the end of the semester. So that is a brief overview of Blackboard. I am excited to meet everybody on Monday, and I hope this overview was helpful and that you'll be able to use it throughout the semester.